Namaskar. Welcome to Conversations with Rakesh. Here's today's question. Sir, I had scored 80% in my class 10th. Due to COVID, the exams this year were cancelled and I got only 80% after the marks were declared. Many of my friends have got 90% or more. Will this reduce my chances of getting into my dream college where they will not take students below 90%? What do I do? You know, this question is like the heart of all the UG program problems. Many colleges have certain criteria based on which they encourage the students to apply. Your 12th marks and 10th marks are definitely a part of those criteria. We have heard stories of how, despite getting 99 percentile, you still don't get into these colleges. I think all of this is the reality. But what I want to do in this particular response to you is give you an anecdotal story which actually happened with me and sometimes helps to realize what exactly is going on. There is this beautiful amusement park in Bangalore called Wonderla, my favorite, my son's favorite as well. My daughters are way too young, but my son used to like wait for this holiday where we would go there and go to this amusement park, and there are all kinds of rides. And when he was in class third, we went there for the first time. And when you're in class third, you're a small little boy. And my son was super excited. And he was so excited that the moment we entered inside, he ran to the ride, which is the most famous and the most dangerous ride of all. And he stood in the queue, and I was standing with him. So when our number came, when we were about to enter the ride, the guy at the station who's supposed to let people inside looked at my son and looked at me and said that, sir, didn't you read at the beginning of the line that there is a certain criteria of height and weight, and your son is way too small. I don't think we'll let him go up. You can go. I said, no, I can't go. I have to go with my son. So this guy said that, no, sir, I'm sorry. He's way too short. And they measured my son and showed me the difference. There was this big difference in the height. And I could see my son very angry, tearful, upset. And he looked at this guy and said that I'm as good as anybody else. Why would you not let me go up? And this person explained that, my dear son, that there is a harness, there's a seat, and this ride goes all the way. So you have to have a certain body structure and weight to withstand all of that. Otherwise, you might fall. But my son did not understand. He was so upset and came out grumpy, cried for a few hours, and this was the reality. Now, let's take your question. I think in many ways, you are like my son who is in class 3, enters into an amusement park of life, and has decided that I will go only to this college, which is the most difficult to get in. And there is a criteria which is very clearly written on the website that, hey, you have to have 90% or more or whatever, some bells and whistles, and looks like your candidature is not there. So, my dear friend, this is a good time for you to accept reality that maybe you are not a good fit for this college. Now, after my son spent a few hours crying and being grumpy, he realized that, hey, the day is passing and the day pass will get over at 5 o'clock. And by now it was like about lunchtime and he was very grumpy. And then he figured out that he's not going to waste his remaining afternoon sulking. So he went to the next ride where he could fit and he thoroughly enjoyed it. Then he started running to all the other rides where he was qualified and he used it to the T. He went there 4 or 5 times. Then he went to this food court and ordered the best food, thoroughly enjoyed that as well. And by 5 o'clock, he was full of happiness and he said that, Papa, I had a great time, and we came back. The point I'm trying to make is that in this big amusement park of life, there are millions of rides and millions of ways to utilize your time. College is one of the right. And if you don't fit there, there are so many more. And enjoy it. Your UG decision program may cause a heartburn because a dream has been shattered. And I know that when dreams are shattered, it can be very painful. But this is the reality, my friend. Accept it. Find some colleges where you can get a good education, look at the faculty, look at their alumni, look at their labs, learn. And maybe you could come to this dream college for a post graduation or a PhD. If you're really bent upon having these trophy colleges on your resume, this is the way the world works. And sometimes what happens is that it is absolutely normal for all of us to get enamored by trophy colleges, trophies, and big things in life because all of us want it. Who wouldn't want to be called that, hey, I went to this amazing college? It gives us a tremendous respect in the society. We get peer acceptance, we get appreciated. Who doesn't want to be appreciated? But I must tell you that these are short term benefits and after a point don't matter. 20 years from now, when you and your friends meet for a reunion, nobody cares with college where you went to. What people care is what have you done with your education? Have you made an impact? And that's what you need to start thinking about. So, coming back to the question, you have received your 12th scores. They are not perfect, but this is what it is. Do you want to write 12th again? Maybe, your choice. Do you want to look at a college where you enjoy for next 4 years and gives you good education, good connections, and good confidence? I think that's a great shot. Take it. And if you really want to come to this dream college, um, adopt a PG or a PhD program because that's one way to now plan your future better. But just because your current candidature does not fit this college, why would you want to have this expectation that you will get through? Because I think if your expectations are mismatched, it'll only cause you disappointment and heartburn. So this is a great wake up call. Wake up calls sometimes can be painful, but are very important for our lives because they make us realize reality. Sometimes the reality is not what we want it to be, but accepting the reality itself is a great approach to life. And when you accept reality, when you make peace with it, I think you'll be able to program your future a lot better. This is why there is this amazing movie called Kung Fu Panda, right? I mean, Oogway has this amazing dialogue that um, yesterday is a mystery, tomorrow is no, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift, and that's why it's called a present. I think I kind of like this line of Oogway that I can't do anything with my past. It's gone. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I can control my today. So, my dear friend who asked me this question, who has got 80% in class 12th and is disappointed, sorry to hear that, but make peace with it. And you may not get into this dream college now, which is fine, but you have the gift of today and program it better. See if you can enjoy the next 4 years in a college that takes you, learn, and then worry about the future because we really don't know what's going to happen. So stay safe and don't worry too much about your percentages beyond the point.